a little bit of a life update. Now, I wasn't sure I was even gonna film this now, let alone upload today. I knew I was gonna film at some point, but again, the uploading part, I wasn't sure. But I thought, why not get it out of the way now? So obviously here we are. So I'm gonna say maybe not even a month from now, expect maybe a part 2. Maybe we'll call it. Now, I've already tried to film this, I don't know how many times. This last one, my dad knocked on my door and interrupted me. Rude. Okay. So here we are, hopefully for the final time. So, we're gonna sit here, relax. Maybe you're in your oversized, Grinch t-shirt as well. This is fairly oversized, but I don't care. Okay, who else lives in oversized t-shirts? Not just for bed. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of hands, and I'm fairly glad I'm not the only one. I mean, I know I probably wasn't, but here we are. Comfortable. I don't care. So anyways, now I was also gonna make this a get ready with me plus life update. But as you can see, the get ready with me part happened off camera. I wasn't really gonna do this, but the mental health sometimes gets the best of me, and I need to put something on to make myself feel maybe a little bit better. Now, do I need to really know? But here we are. I mean, it's a pretty simple little course, what I always pretty much wear. But if you're curious in knowing what I am wearing, I'll list it in the description box. The only thing that I did differently was lip liner. I finally found some of the e.l.f. lip liners. These are the cream guide lip liners. I have a couple shades, but I've been obsessed with these. This one is in the shade Mauve Aside. Now again, I love a lot of e.l.f.'s products, and this one will probably definitely be staying in the routine. Alright, so now let's get to the actual life update. Now, I mentioned, I think around this time last year, if not maybe like a little sooner, that my dad was retiring and we were probably going to be moving at some point. Now, obviously at that point I didn't know when. But of course, skip ahead a year later, we are officially moving. Now, do I have an actual date? No. That's why I said probably maybe be on the lookout for a part 2. So hit that subscribe button if you want to be informed. Just, in case I'm unable to film. I don't know. I've already started packing a little bit. I think if I'm thinking correctly, I have like 7 boxes here in front of me, sitting in front of my bed. Now, I told my mom, my sister, my dad also knows, I don't want to move. And that's weird coming from me. Okay, now, maybe it's just because, obviously I'm not packing for 3-4 days or so. Packing for, permanently out of this house. Out of Louisville. Moving about, I think, at least a couple hours away. Moving to Indiana to be a little closer to my sister, so we can see my niece a little more. Now, if you have been here this job, and I don't remember how long after is when we moved here completely, permanently. And I didn't know, of course, so many years later, we would be moving, let alone out of the state, Island, Kentucky. I had no idea, so maybe that's also it, knowing we're not, well, I don't know, maybe not coming back, I don't know, but I mean, now granted, we have nothing here, we don't have family, but granted, I am leaving behind friends, and I also kind of hate that, even though we don't hang out anymore, it is what it is on that part, but I don't know. Or maybe it's just because I thought I'd have my own place by now. I mean, I've always, obviously, thought I would probably be on my own by now. Now, granted, again, I have mentioned before, I do not feel ashamed for still living at home. I don't care that I am in my 30s and still living at home. I have a roof over my head, shower to take, food to eat, etc., etc. I'll never feel ashamed for that. Again, at least I have somewhere to sleep, like I said, but still, I don't really know what it is. Granted, 3 years into moving here, a lot has happened. Here is probably where I was bullied the most. 2nd grade into high school. Let's see, a few years into moving here, August 26th of 01 to be exact, is when I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Again, if you've been here for quite some time, you know that. I had a really bad seizure early that morning. Thankfully, me and my sister shared a room at the time, and she found me. If not, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be here sharing a lot of stuff that I thought I wouldn't share with anyone. My crush on a certain basketball player that I keep track of how many times I say he's fine AF in my head when they hear a game. A lot of random facts about me. There's a lot, like I said, that I never thought I would be sharing. I wouldn't be able to share any of that, like I said. But here we are, not even 24 years later, which is crazy. 4 months from today, well, as I am filming this anyways, or as you guys are seeing this, it's Wednesday, but technically yesterday for you guys is, again, 4 months since yeah, you know what I mean. And then we skip ahead to 2021. I lost my friend from high school. That probably hurt the most. I've had a lot of hospital visits with the diabetes, that I would love, a lot of this stuff I would love to push in the back of my head. I would love to wave a magic wand, a delete button, something to delete all of that from my head. But I know that is not possible. We don't live in a cartoon, let alone a movie world. We're not like Harry Potter. We can't take away memories and whatnot. That's just not how, unfortunately, real life works. As much as I would love that. So it's probably definitely it's gonna be weird. You know, like I said. So, you know, like I just, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I kind of lost my train of thought for a minute. But, you know, here's to, I don't know, only moving up from here, I guess. I don't know. So, there you have it though. Like I said, I'll probably be posting at least maybe another part to this, you know, so definitely be on the lookout. You know, maybe when I have like an actual movie date. So, definitely, again, hit that subscribe button. So, there you have it. There's my little bit of a life update. I know this wasn't much, but I still hope you enjoyed it. Again, definitely hit that thumbs up button, of course. Subscribe button. Follow me everywhere else. Definitely, you know, to keep track of me. Instagram, Twitter, you know. Well, I almost stopped this. Hold on. I meant to say TikTok. You know, my main art page and then my ASMR page, of course. You know, so main art pages, ASMR, TikTok. You guys know the drill by now. I should not have to tell you. It's always linked down below. So until next time, stay safe out there, and I will see you guys in the next one.